Here we are. Yay. Hello, everybody. Yay. So today is a Believe with Kitty Cats and Clouds Day. No, incredible day. Hello. Hi, Tiffany. Hello, everybody. Hi, Samantha. Excuse me 1 second. All right. That's better. I just did about a 3 hour VIP call with a client. So purging, excuse me, purging what's here. Okay, welcome. So, fantastic day. And what we're going to do today is explore something that's happening. People can feel it. We all talk about the return of the sacred feminine, right? So, what we do is we've talked about that for yikes, a long time now, and it's emerged into our cultures in different ways. So, everything from women getting the vote or bank accounts or without co-signers, right? To more common for different roles or jobs and other aspects. But there is this deeper inner aspect. So when we say feminine and masculine, it's a polarity of energies that has frequencies, um, particular powers and tendencies. So if you drink tea, you would drink chamomile tea for a certain kind of relaxing healing. You wouldn't drink chamomile tea if you wanted to get energy and become really alert. You might drink mint tea. So the same thing is true. And we have the opportunity now to get to understand what it really means to be creators. We are the pillar of light between above and below. You can think of it as the three worlds, the divine, the mundane, and the underworld. In all the different traditions and cultures, they had this understanding that we're the one connecting them. You might see yourself as a pillar of light connecting above and below, the trunk of a sacred tree, the tree of life, the axis of the world tree, any aspect of sacred mystery schools, ancient wisdom, the way that it was taught within certain cultures, certain geographical areas because of the land, the weather, if you were in Iceland and you saw the northern lights all the time, this would be a very important part of your magic, of your understanding of the world, the energies outside of what you perceive you, right? We feel separate. And we are one. We are one with everything, with every person. And it isn't that I have to decide you have to stop doing that because I don't like it. Most definitely, I can make an observation, but do not get entangled in the idea that you're going to make a difference in your life or anyone else's by judging and hating and blaming. So, the rise of the sacred feminine is realizing that we are the creators. We have always been, regardless of how much it has seemed like our power has been diluted, has been, and this is not men and women, but in general, on our history of this planet, we have this shift from a balanced matriarchal societies, but balanced, not one over the other, into honoring the earth and all of those cultures and into shifting into a more masculine energy. And that's part of the plan of the entire universe. That's a path that this planet, this universe, this galaxy, this cosmos that we've chosen to be a part of, it's part of its evolution. So we're on this place for a ride. We are in the elevator, the spiral of time. We're going through this time in life when everything, old structures are falling apart. It may seem like things are getting worse It's an illusion that is falling apart. What is the new illusion behind it? You are going to see. Are you tuning into a reality that will come out of this chaotic seeming experience? Are you holding your own space? Are you focused within on your voice? Are you refusing to believe karma and lack and all these other things you've been told? Can you unplug from your power that we were all told to give to schools and parents and authorities of all different kinds, and that sense that we're separate and we need to be better, we need to be different, we need to be more before we do something? So one of the first invitations right now is that a pilgrimage is something that I never used to care for the word, because I felt it was really more just a Christian kind of context, but it isn't. There's pilgrims that have been people that have done pilgrimages throughout time. And what does it mean? It means a commitment to a path, whether it's literally walking the Camino in Spain over mountains, right? Doing what I just did. So I just came back from a week-long personal private pilgrimage for one woman, one client. It was phenomenal because that ability to focus on everything was just for her. So it wasn't a group thing, which is great, of course. It was me tuning into her and listening to spirit, looking at the buffet of things that I could do. She wanted to be here in the Mayan land and do the Mayan things. And so I start tuning in and going, oh, caves. Okay. Now, what are the meanings of caves? What are the different things we do in caves? Who does the ceremonies? I'm sort of the curator and the orchestrator, and I'm communicating with her, but really very little in the physical world, to be honest, with her spirit, with her path, with her blueprint, with her future potential selves. But I see outside of that, I see from a universal perspective down to a very cellular or DNA perspective. We have multiple realities, multiple levels of our light body. They all carry information and codes of who we can become. And we also carry the fears in habits, blocks in the nervous system, in the muscles, in the neural pathways in the brain. But all of these were programmed, and they can be unprogrammed. And right now we're in a moment of acceleration. This is an accelerated evolution. It's like all the bars of no, you can't grow too fast. We're just like, okay, what the hell? And Mother Nature and everybody just said, go for it, just go for it. So we have an opportunity to be supported by the energies. This is not a time to wait. Take care of yourself. Listen to yourself. But most of all, listen with a different voice, not one of fear, not one of, well, I can't do that because I have this problem, or I don't know how that would happen. Who cares? You're not most supposed to know how. You might know exactly how, good for you, but you don't know how, who's going to watch your dog. None of that matters, because we're the creators. And if we think of it, it is already done. It is talking to us from a reality that is done. It is done. It isn't, oh, I have to figure it out. It's, I have to realize I want it, accept I want it, and then use my magic, my powers, my wisdom, my skill, my memories, my other lives, my future lives. Use everything I have at my disposal as a divine being in a physical body, but with a light body that's over a mile wide. Your light body, it goes on and on. You have physical, etheric, or auric. You have emotional body, you have mental body, you've got financial bodies and relationship bodies, and some people say pain bodies, and that kind of intersects with everything in my reality, and Buddhic bodies and causal bodies. And these are all encoded like anything else that's born here. All right? A seed for a plant or a tree, it knows exactly what to become. It has everything it needs in the seed. All it needs is the perfect environment. Part of the environment we need is to unplug. But if you're not master of your mind, if you're not learning to listen to your emotions, but not be bowled over by them, if you aren't in the pathway of saying, okay, emotion is power. If I get this emotion harness behind what I wish for, I want to feel peace. I want to feel safe. I want multiple streams of income. I want the dreams to build every day. I want to go to bed and know that the divine mother and the sacred feminine and all these energies and spirit guides and whatever I'm really into, that reality is calling me. It wants me. I want it. We're here. We're there. I'm the one that gets to say now. We have to reclaim our word in what's the inner word? What's the outer word? Are they in sync? And are they what you want? Do not tell a story you don't want to live. No story. Don't go, you know what just happened to me? Oh my God, the worst thing ever. And this person did that, and this person did this. I'm sorry, the minute you do that, you've just thrown up into your future. That is your life. And it will always be your life if you are always in the process of going on a trip, in the process of making the money, in the process of healing, in the process of losing weight. Of course you are in those processes, but none of those are required for you to listen to your spirit. If we don't listen inside and listen to our inner compass, we are listening to illusions from the past, pains and fears, ancestral, family, our own lineages. You have many lifetimes, okay? Past, present, future, they all exist right now. They're all happening right now. You just tune into one. We'll go to it. We do it all the time in my retreats, in my classes. You can do this. You are the spiral of light and time and wisdom. So it isn't, am I good enough? Could I really do that? It is, I'm ready right now. Let's do it. I'm ready to do it. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't need to know how. I need to be ready. I need to decide. I need to say my spiritual life, my intuitive powers, my, clairaudience, my clairsentience, my ability to decipher information. When you get a feeling, do you really know what it means? Do you listen to it? Do you sit with it? Do you observe it? Are you willing to let it unfold, or do you rush forward and try to force it to mean something? Do you constantly tell everybody, like, I want to know what this means. I don't know what it means. If you don't know what it means and you're saying you don't know what it means, you're going to always don't know what it means. And I'm saying this because it sounds ridiculously stupid, but we were duped into believing everything has to be hard and complicated. Is there plenty of things that have been shrouded in mystery? Yes. But guess where they are? Inside of you. I just found these sticky notes. I wrote these for Chris because I went away for a week on this private pilgrimage, and I stuck them up all over everywhere. I love you and thank you and you're wonderful and all this stuff. And I just saw them sitting here and they're stuck together, and I think I didn't put them up. So I pulled one open, and I had asked about if we might want to do an oracle card today, as we're talking about what is the sacred feminine pilgrimage and how can you go on it without leaving your house, and how can you go on it and listen to that bigger part of you? How can you grow your energy field of light, positivity, dream building, trust of self, feeling safe, cultivating the keys for the environment of the seed that you are. And you are a seed of light. You are a star seed. You are an earth seed. You must remember your sacred earth magic. It is in your bones. It is in your blood. It is in the symbols. It is in the wind. It is in the trees. We must remember we are one in Lakech Alakin. We are one. I am another you. You are another me. There's a reflection, and it's a very deep concept. So I'm going to be taking us through it this year, step by step, to really see the secrets to this is inside of realizing everything comes back here. Everything comes back here. Everything comes back here. If I curse you, I am cursed. If I blame you, I will be blamed. If I love you, appreciate you, accept you, support you, uplift you, I don't even need to understand you or agree with you. I can just respect you. Hey, you're doing your thing. You do it over there, not part of my world. Everyone's free. Yay me, I'm free too. I don't have to worry about you loving me. I don't have to worry about anybody outside of me agreeing with me. This is the commitment of the priestesses, the wise women, the priest, everybody, not a religion, okay? Those are terms of women and men that were trained intentionally in spiritual pathways to master their mind, their emotion, the power of their word, your spells, your programs, and internal words and conversation. These are more powerful than you realize. Things are more literal than you realize. If you could smile every day, if you could react to every single thing that happens, and be careful who you say this to, because people will get super judgy all over you, because it's polite in our society to go to someone who's depressed or in pain or experiencing a loss, a grief, and to feel appropriately depressed for them, to pity them, to see them as a victim. I will not do that to you, and I don't want you to ever do that to me. If I tell you, oh, I broke my foot, I don't ever want to hear anyone to say back to me, oh, what bad luck, poor you. No, I do not have bad luck, and I am not poor. I reject that, not on my planet. That's what I want you to become. I want you to realize that you don't make anyone else wrong, but you must be master of your inner voice. To go on a sacred feminine pilgrimage is to realize you are divine and you're in a human body. You're both. You're meant to be straddling those worlds. There isn't a lot of examples of people living this, and we have not seen on this planet even close to a real representation of a balanced human, masculine, feminine, okay? Again, not gender. I don't care if you're a man, woman, child, if you're purple and polka dotted, okay? All of us have an energy body. We're all made of the same divine thing. The tiger, the tree, you, me, the grasshopper, the virus, the cloud, we're all the same. We chose to focus into a different kind of experience, a reality. I'm in my experience, pain, loss, my daughter died, this, that, the other thing, ecstatic, spiritual experiences, blah, 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 up, down, whatever, my whole life. I love it all now. I don't judge it anymore. I don't see any of it as a failure. I no longer judge myself for not sustaining that or changing that or this person betraying me. It's a reflection. I lived it. It gave me powers. All I'm interested in now is reclaiming all the power that I was given. And that means my mind is mine. And I do whatever I need to do. In my classes and retreats, we do these steps. So this Friday is the part 3 of the Oracle workshop. If you haven't joined it already, really, really want to, okay? There's 3 parts to it, so you get instant access, but it is, if we do not cultivate these intuitive powers, if we don't reclaim these words, because words have power, not just that you speak them, but that you understand the vibration of them at a level of frequency, because some words are against you, but we've been taught to use them. I'm not going to see you as a victim. I'm not going to say poor you. It doesn't mean I don't care or I have no compassion. It means I see you as a spiritually powerful person who chose this path because you have big things to do. And that if you keep seeing yourself as a victim, it's your choice, and I honor you. And if you're ready to see yourself as that victimhood is an illusion and I'm walking into it and I'm walking through it, we have to master going into our shadow, into what we fear, into the past, into the pain. It's where the power is. It's where the doorway is. It's where the light is. So these are the things you do on a pilgrimage. A retreat, very similar. It is a pilgrimage. It's personal. So where I do the bigger retreats, I'm also doing now individual pilgrimages. Can be 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. Could be here, could be in Greece, could be in England and the Stones, could be wherever the land is speaking to you, because I begin to speak to the land. I speak to the ancestors. I speak to you. I speak to your past. This is what I want you to do. Of course, I would love you to hire me to come and do this with you. It's awesome. And it's awesome to watch you and to watch everything unfold in this miraculous way, because I can see what you maybe can't, or I can see behind, or I can see the magnificence that you are when you're in the moment. Like we get caught up in our own particular, I'm not going to go on this trip until this happens. You know, I used to let my weight, both what people might think of me or the discomfort of traveling, or feeling uncomfortable in my body because I was overweight. I let that keep me from a lot of experiences. And I had to get over that and love myself and love the experience that's being offered to me, knowing that right now in this moment, exactly how and who I am is exactly right. If the door's opening, then I'm the right person at the right time. And take off the judgment of I'm not ready, or, you know, I'll wait till this happens, or so on, right? So we have been taught a lot of reasons to wait, to make everyone else comfortable, to keep ourselves in our comfort zone. And I'm telling you that right now and for the next 2 years, then it will depend on which path you take, because we're splitting the world right now. Which path are you taking? Are you talking into the war, the fear, the pain? I'm not saying you ignore it, and if it's immediate, you take care of yourself. My family is in Minnesota, so you probably know what that means. In the overall picture, I know everything is always for the greatest good. And I insist that now I live in grace, and I invite you to do the same thing. What does that mean? There's a lot of meanings to grace. I used to avoid the word because I thought it was too Christian and I didn't understand it. And I was afraid of it being something controlling. What I've come to understand, and it can be different for you, so feel into it, is that we have agreed to be in a world of karma. That agreement at an inner level, even if you weren't raised in that world, it's pretty common in the world to use the word karma, like, it's also called what you sow, you reap. That's from the Bible and other texts. Here's the truth. You're the only creator in your reality. What you create can only be harvested by you. The reality is that nobody else can take anything from you, and there is no competition. So when you want to ask these kinds of questions, you go on a pilgrimage. When you say, you know what? I want to understand deeper who I really am. What does it feel like to stand in the eternal now moment and not be chasing, seeking, planning, figuring out plan B, worrying, when's it going to happen? How's it going to happen? Because you don't get to know the how. You may figure out a how, but what if your how took you climbing 2 mountains, but you did it, damn it. Sounds like me in the past. And the universe said, oh, turn around, it's right here. And this is literally how it is. I was just talking to my client this morning. She goes, it's so weird because I can remember who I was 2 months ago and 6 months ago. And I can see myself, and I can see what I did and how I felt in these different projects of my life. But now I'm at such a different level of consciousness. She went through the pain, through the fear, through the guilt, through the blame, through the belief in victims. And then you rise to a different state of consciousness. And now you can see the past and you can see yourself. And if you clear your mind and you detox your emotional field and you begin to take this space back and you realize that if you say so, it is. And if you wish it, it is already done and it is yours. So there's nothing that you have to become good enough for, and there's no one outside of you who can say no. Start with this premise, I'm divine in a body, and then join me as we take these steps this year, because a pilgrimage into your sacred feminine powers is the first level of that. So Friday, January 30th, okay, 2 days before the big full moon eclipse, I am going to do a full moon eclipse show, a spiritual weather report right here. So come and join me for that. And at some point over those 3 days, I will be leading a full moon eclipse shamanic journey into the fire, because it's a Leo full moon, which is ruled by the sun, which is fire, which is light, which is you, which is self, which is the golden light, which is Coco Khan, which is the feathered serpent, which is your divine unconditional love of who you are, which is Christ consciousness, which is you remembering the spirit above you and the body below you, and you're the pillar of light through all of it, and so on and so on as we go into the year of the fire horse. Why does that matter so much? Because these are the energies on tap for us. These are what the universe is offering. There's a reason. It's like all of the stories of the heroes. There's always a greater goddess or energy that helps the hero or the heroine. Here's a special sword. Here's a magic cloak that makes you invisible. Here's a little riddle. Remember this, right? There's always help on tap, but you don't know it when you're going, oh, how's this going to happen? I got to figure it out. It's not here. It's not here. I want it to be here. I'm going to see that it's here. I'm going to see that it's here. But most of the time I'm worrying that it's not here. So I picked up these little sticky notes. Let's read this one. You are blessed, with a little heart. Okay. Adored, amazing, star, love of all time. So that's the message that we got from this oracle today. You are blessed. You are adored. I want you to feel it. I want you to feel it. I want you to feel it. Don't go, yeah. I've heard that before. What else is there? Be in the moment. Are you hearing me? My words, my energy, my heart, the energies are opening up. They're pouring onto you. We're in an infinity healing chamber. You're between the worlds to whatever degree you've allowed yourself to unplug. Receive. The sacred feminine receives support, love, nourishment, time, fruition of desires, ecstasy, bliss, beauty, creativity, rest, love, support, medicine. It's all here. It's all here for you. There's no lack. There's no lack. If you believe in karma, you believe you're on a wheel. You believe that you have debts, that you are indebted. Somebody owns your power. You are shackled to them. You are tied to them. You are imprisoned. You are entangled. You are gagged. Some energetic descriptor will hit you. And when you realize that, you need to say, oh, thank you. Now I reclaim my voice. I reclaim my power. I know I have everything I need within me. I am the divine soul seed. And I am here on a very important divine mission. I am blessed. I am adored. Every one of those words, as they come out of your mouth, as they resonate here in your chest, As you say them with slow feeling and intention, as you allow all of your 360 senses, whichever ones are optimal, to open up and feel, they all speak a different language. Some see, some feel, some know, some who knows what. There's ones you've never touched, you don't have a word for, doesn't matter, they're there. You feel that. If I say to you, I am pouring over you, my words are pouring over you. They're pouring over your body, over your mind, over your emotions, over your finances, over your job, over your self-image, over your dreams that are dormant, hid, or locked away, over the dreams that you've lifted into your heart and you're beginning to sense and feel and imagine. Over you, blessing you with whatever is optimal for you and whatever's optimal for you and whatever's optimal for you. What's optimal for me? The sun's rays have millions, if not billions, of frequencies. Every plant does not take the same energy from the sun, but it is the everything. It is the gold ray that includes every other ray of creation. You must speak the language of the elementals. You must realize the words are coming. And when you speak them, you're speaking to every realm that is in your frequency. If you don't believe it, you won't really access it unless we do a meditation or an activation. You are in the full moon. There's certain energies around you. If you stop and listen to them, if you tune into them, if somebody, an astrologer says, oh, this is a very challenging time. This is conjunct square this and that is this. And oh my gosh, it's going to be so challenging. Immediately say, not on my planet. Own your atmosphere. Starts with the magic words. Then the inner voice might say, yeah, right, but you're saying it out here. Now work on that inner voice. Let's come together and be peaceful and hold hands and sing harmony across the planet. The inner and the outer voice. Now the feeling. Yes, I spent many years saying, I'm happy and harmonious and loved and respected and welcomed and invited and beauty and harmonies all around me, while my inner feeling was gripped by fear in my stomach and my heart going like this and hard to breathe because I'm speaking something and the fear inside of me that has kept me silent for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. No. Okay, not anymore. This is what's rising and people are going to be pushed. Everyone is being pushed. If you take these steps with a group, with a pathway, with a commitment to yourself, you're on the pilgrimage of your purpose. Your path must be peaceful inside because you know it's already done. The pathway's there, the template is there. Everything you were told that you weren't good enough, you had to be more of this and less of that and anything else, none of it's true. You could want to speak 14 languages, go for it, but you don't have to wait to be happy until you speak 14 languages. You don't need to know every mystery school. You don't need to study everything. I did that for a long time, and I'm glad I did. I have training in many, many, many mystery schools, many ancient cultures, many different paths, many different symbols, languages, oracles, decks. And the ones that really resonate with me come together. There's no religion. There's no dogma. You choose. Sacred earth medicine, magic. It is the physics of being in a body and knowing you're divine. Working in concert with the elements, the cosmos, the movement of the stars, the movements of the moon, the sun, the planets, all of the other energies that we're connected to, and then the earth and the crystals and the oils and the dirt and the inner earth and the heart of the earth. And the embodiments of these, the divine conscious embodiments of these. Do you talk to the trees? Do you feel the Great Mother in whatever form you love? Do you love Gaia as the primordial mother or as Mother Earth? Do you like to relate to Demeter or Persephone or one of these Athena, the oracles of Delphi, through the ancient lineage of the Greeks. There's something in your soul, in your DNA, that is waking up right now. And if it feels interesting, look it up. Remember, there's a lot of information out there and a lot of it's wrong. It's shocking how wrong it is. It's dangerous how wrong it is, because people just copy and paste, and people are making new websites with AI and not even checking if they're true, and making up AI pictures of Mayan ruins that don't look like anything I've ever seen on this planet. So you want to be discerning, of course, but you then ask yourself, is this resonant for me? Learn a truth testing method. Go to a mystery school. This school this year is beginning with this oracle. You don't have to take the oracle workshop, and you don't have to have had the oracle class or the deck. This is about the oracle within you. We were meeting the inner oracle. So the next activation Friday is going to be super fun. If you can come live, of course, please do. It's at 3 p.m. Central. And it's not much at all. So treat yourself in the shop. And then when you do that, make sure that you go back and repeat the activations. If you want to skip the readings, do the activations, because these are divine downloads that have come through right now. And they are a combination of divine energies, or what we might call heavens or sky or the infinite field. And that is the heart of the sky to the Maya, and the earth mother, the planet, but all the beings that embody the planet. There's waters within the earth. They give off certain currents. They are why the pyramids are built here versus over there, because of the earth energies, but also aligned to the cosmic energies. And you're doing the same thing. And our bodies are temples. They're filled with information, just like the temples and the stones. And when you come to these stones, wherever we go, Stonehenge, this coming time, I'm just about to buy the private tickets, and I haven't announced it at all. But if you want to do the private tickets, please let me know, because they're quite expensive, and I have to just guess, but this is the time to talk to the stones, to talk to your bones in your body, to talk to your ancient bones all over the planet. If you've had a lot of lifetimes here, that means your bones are here and they have memories. Those lives you've had that are wise and understand the sacred feminine. So a pilgrimage is a commitment to yourself to stay on the path of your personal mission. You could call it your soul mission, your life purpose, but it isn't one thing, because you'll notice like, oh, this is my purpose. And then after 10 years, that goes away and you're not even interested anymore. You got it. You don't need 10 lifetimes to remember that. You could get 20 lifetimes in this one lifetime of new experiences, of evolving, of becoming something new. Let go of the past. Don't try to be who you were. Don't try to fit into what you did. Let all of it flow. There's more to come in. Trusting. So a pilgrimage, you can go with a question. You can go because you just know that you must leave your reality. This is the benefit of any retreat, even if it's 3 days in a hotel room, teaching, learning about Akashic records or channeling or something. Okay. All the way to going to sacred sites or natural places, doing sound healings and temples and caves and all these things that we do. So you have a pilgrimage. You could just do it every night. You could watch videos on YouTube. They make these gorgeous videos of like ancient Celtic music, and like you're walking through these ancient forests and beautiful buildings, and just anything that's very atmospheric to you, to tune you into something. Perhaps that's your Celtic lineage calling. Do you have it in your blood now? Doesn't matter. You have a lot of lineages. We are on a spiral. It is evolving. That pilgrimage is only, in my opinion, the only rule to a pilgrimage is your personal inner commitment to the path. Now, our training has been to commit to the end result. I am going to take this training and I am going to know how to evaluate properties. I'm going to become a property evaluator. And if you took that course, you would most definitely want that practical outcome, right? So you would learn all the different aspects of what to do and how to formulate it. And you'd learn this and take a test. And you would come out with a skill that you could give a label to. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you, as a divine being who's here encoded to awaken right now, you must create the environment for your soul seed to feel safe, to set out roots, to begin to crack the shell of who you are, step into your shadow, step out of the fears, step through into the light, break the shell, let the metamorphosis happen. Whoever I was before, it's not who I am now. It doesn't matter, right? Who do I want to become? Allow the sprouts to begin. We're going into Imbolc in the beautiful goddess traditions and the Celtic traditions and the Wiccan traditions, gorgeous, beautiful people doing very, very similar work to Native Americans. It's very earth-oriented, very sacred earth medicine. Beautiful. And Imbolc is between the solstice in the winter, which really was our new year, and the equinox coming in March. So you have the solstices and the equinoxes that divide the year into a medicine wheel of 4. And then those are divided yet again by 4 other. So Imbolc is really a beautiful energy. So I want you to think about this also, because between the 2nd and the 4th of February, you're going to be feeling not just that you just went through this portal of the full moon eclipse, and we'll go into that on Friday, but that you are now between the eclipses, but you are in Imbolc. And what does that mean? The stirring of life deep within. So if you live somewhere cold, then everything appears to die and goes deep inside the mother and rests. And then just as the very first energies of quickening life, the readiness of new ideas, new life. Who are you becoming? Who did you let go of being last year? Are you really honoring the shedding that is still happening for another few weeks? And a little beyond that. Now, this honoring is of that seed deep in the earth that's just starting to stir, starting to say, oh, is it time to wake up? Oh, I think I'm ready. It's the imaginal cell inside of the caterpillar that turned to goo. Oh, it's time to grow this new reality, to become this new being. The butterfly knows it's inside of there. You, who you are becoming, you could become millions of different things. Here's the thing. I want you to remember that your pilgrimage, your purpose, your path is to stay in peace, trust, harmony, and grace. Grace is what you replace karma with. Grace, there's no debt. Everything is paid. There's no lack. Everything is overflowing. It's already done. It is abundant. Everything is waiting for you and I to decide that you want it. I don't want to know everything about football. It's not interesting to me. So that reality can stay there without me bringing it to life. But I do want to lead retreats to pyramids and sacred places all around the world and have a group of priestesses and people becoming and remembering who they are and really being committed to their path. So I can feel myself walking with them. And I can know that we will find each other because we're saying yes to the path within. The sacred feminine trusts when it is unseen, trusts when it is a seed, an unformed idea. It does not wait for proof in the physical because it understands that creation comes first. It comes from the heart. It comes from the desire, the vision, the words, the energetics. Your cough, your cold, your accident, it all started out here, somewhere else in your field. And it came from what you've believed and what you've thought. So when we master this and we say, everything works out in my life, I'm smiling, I'm joyful, I don't know how, but I trust and I listen in the moment. And in this eternal now moment, I am divine and I'm guided. And I'm going to go on this pilgrimage with the least amount of control and the most amount of freedom. So what's really beautiful is the freedom that you can give yourself, even for a few hours, to do a pilgrimage. But what you're agreeing to is, this is the return. This is the call. Come back now to the divine, sacred wisdom, on the sacred feminine frequencies, the wisdoms, the tools, the natural abilities of your past, your wisdoms that you knew. Maybe you're going to be called back to keep learning about energy medicine in a new way, and you don't know why you're so attracted to it, but it's really interesting. And now I had a client ask me about, radionics and Rife machines, because she knows I was trained in those like 35, 40 years ago. And I've been doing frequency medicine, from homeopathy and flower essences and frequencies and Reiki and you name it, okay, for a long time now. And I've gone very deep into that, understanding the energetics behind it. Do you have to know all that to use it? No. You could learn infinity light weaving. It's very simple. You know the intention. You don't need to know the science behind it. And yet, if you feel called to it, it means there's a part of you that wants to remember, that wants to pick that learning up and then build on it, that wants it to be accessible in any moment when you're anywhere. Because if you're in the eternal now moment and you're committed to your path, then you don't say, oh no, what do I do right now? You relax into yourself and you practice using your powers of vision, of speaking, of emoting, and then acting inspired, expecting the flow, feeling it, reattuning to it, never judging, never blaming, never speaking against yourself, never speaking against anyone. Let everything go and allow the reflection to show you where you are, like a GPS, not tell you what is true. The world is not telling you what is true. It is telling you what you thought was true. And you're changing right now. So some of the fun is, let's see, where do I keep changing this? Ooh, there it is. Okay. Ah, la, 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 la. Boom. Here we go. There's a lot of these open. Thank you. Okay, so today, like we said, we're talking about the return of the sacred feminine pilgrimage. And so we talked a lot about, what do these things mean right now? Why is it important to remember your words? How come these things seem so simple? How come I maybe learned about this 10, 20, 30 years ago? I already know that. Okay, that's ego. And the minute you say that, you've just shut the door on any possibilities that are all around you. Remember, in any moment, the universe is literally standing around you, holding everything you've ever said you wanted, saying, here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is. Could be a synchronicity, could be a gift, could be, coincidental meeting. Okay, these are orchestrated. The universe can orchestrate anything, literally anything, because it's all an illusion anyway. So you got to leave that up to them. This is a picture of our beautiful Michelle, and from my pilgrimage that I just did with my beautiful client. And we did a couple of days of caves, sacred caves, cenotes, they're called here. Some have water. They're going into the womb of the mother. They're also signify going into Xibalba, which is the underworld. But this is not hell to the Maya. This is your shadow world, and this is a required part of you. And it is the trials you go through in life. And if you don't go there, then you're always trying to avoid thinking about anything. And you're never going to gain your power. You're always going to be running and chasing. You're going to be afraid of yourself. You're not going to trust. You're not going to feel reliable. You're going to believe in lack. You're going to be easily manipulated. You have to come into a place of centeredness and power. So the path of the everyday priestess means their sacred feminine gets resurrected, respected, and honored. So we did ceremonies. We did ceremonies with cacao, with different things. This was a very special Quiche Mayan fire ceremony where we burned all different kinds of things for specific, but like I said, it was specifically for her. It could be for a group, but this was for her. Your own could be just a candle, okay? But the thing is that you respect it. If you decide to go on a pilgrimage for the weekend and you're just going to stay in your house and you're just going to tell everybody, I'm not doing anything, don't expect a text back from me, you know, let me go, or your husband takes the kids for the weekend, or you just, you know, you live alone, but you tell your mom, don't drop by, or, you know, whatever, a few hours, a few, whatever could be at your home, especially now as we enter this portal of the two eclipses and we're going from earthy snake transformation to, all right. So what we do is honor the energies, and I listen to the energies. And so I want you to do the same. If you want to do a private one with me or a couples or your own little group, just contact me and we'll design exactly what your spirit wants. If you want to come in March, the early March, we have one where we're measuring the frequencies of the pyramids with Maria. We have a sacred Mayan elder that's going to, we're going to work with the chants of the solar energies of the serpent. We're going to be in certain places in a very sacred way. And it's going to be this cool combination. Then I'm going to have more pilgrimages, more, I'm calling them soft and sweet, lots of chanting and loving and sound healing and fires and caves and beauty. And so these are opportunities, but for you, you could create one in your heart, in your room, in your local park. You could go away for one night, okay? Open up to what's near you, speak to the land, ask for the light and the guardians of the place or the land, all right, to speak to you, to welcome you, that you come in peace and harmony, that you're coming with an open heart and an open mind, and your intention is that you're on your own personal pilgrimage. What does that really mean? Well, you could have a purpose. So you could say, well, my highest intent for this is, and tell me what that is. You could say, I'm ready to release these certain things in my life, judgment and criticism. I'm ready to really take the next step in understanding who I am and changing my image of myself, because I know that's going to change everything and how fast I manifest and what I believe I can have and open doors, right? I want to be able to focus more or speak up more, or I'm ready to release this, or I'm just ready for the next step and I have no idea what it is. But what you do is you open up to the possibilities. So because she said she was coming here and she wanted to do this here, and she's become over the last few years, she came last year, very enamored, which a lot of people are, with the Mayan wisdom and ancient culture. And I took her to, some of you might have seen the picture of her with the green light in her heart when we were inside of the Temple of Venus at a local site. And I had been just told by spirit, you have to take her there, you have to take her there. And that happened, and everything that she knows happened, and how she felt was completely transformational in certain key relationships as well as with herself. So that's what these are. A pilgrimage is going to find yourself, going to walk the path, to be present in the moment, to surrender your control, to get out of your mundane life, to not be doing things automatically. Don't be doing things out of fear. Don't be doing anything that is unconscious. Giving yourself time to rest, time to integrate, time to sit, time to observe, time to be. If we go to a pyramid, we may speak to the pyramid before. I'm always there physically, usually, and then in spirit very much before we get there, then the night before, then the day of, and then as we enter the place, I am always speaking to the mother, to the guardians, to the land, to what is for her highest good, for our highest good, for the group's highest good. It's always that way. What happens when you do this? Well, one, you're going to see how beautiful it is, so you're going to start doing it in your everyday life. Two, you're going to have moments like this, where the magic just comes together. You had no plan. You did not know how things were going to line up, but you just walked. You went on that pilgrimage. So in this beautiful town of Izamal, it's called the Yellow City, as you can see, this was a pyramid. It was then built, taken partially down, rebuilt as a convent for the Spanish. The back of it, you can still see the pyramid. And there's 5 more pyramids behind me, in front of me, to my left, to my right, and actually more than that. And it's a very magical town. And so for me, when I'm here, I immediately become an ancient priestess of the Maya. I have certain energies at certain pyramids that I have connected to, ones for the heart. And so I spoke to them for her. So for you, you would do this for yourself, okay? Or you would come to me or whatever. We could design one too. I guess we could do a session. But what I did was I didn't know this town. There was a buffet of all these places I could take her. And first I get the information about the caves and the rebirthing and the inner child work and the reconnection of the heart and a healing of all these different things that happened in the first 2 days. We went to a sacred site. We had amazing synchronicities. I mean, amazing activations from vortexes of trees. You can see the spiral vortex and then you step into it and whoa, in through tunnels and ancient temples. And I would speak to these places because I know them. So if you know a place that you feel drawn to, you can imagine them and you can open your heart and say, I'm on a pilgrimage of what is the optimal for me. Where is I want to walk a path with curiosity and presence in the eternal now moment. I want to awaken my 360 senses. I want to be where the path brings together these beautiful, magical moments. And it's effortless. And I see them. And I realize that they're there for me. And I know that I am blessed. And I am adored. And the sun is downloading the gold ray into my chakras, into my bodies and my cells, illuminating my mind, freeing my inner eye, filling my vertebrae with the gold ray. And I am amazing. I am such an amazing being that I can observe this beauty, that I can feel this, that I can say, I don't know who I'm meant to be next, but I'm ready. Speak to me, Mother. Come to me, Mother Earth. Come to me, Crystal Caves. Come to me, the Goddess, the Fae, the wisdom of the wizards, the ancient medicine of the roots, my shamanic ancient ancestors, my mystery school goddesses, the Lady of the Lake. Who? What? What is speaking to you? They're all part of the same essence. And if they speak to you, they feel resonant with you. They're close to you in frequency now. And they are the bringer of this divinity for your path, but you have to be committed. You see, energies would be like, someone says, I want to come on your retreat, but I don't have the money, or I'm afraid to spend the money, or I don't know how to get the money, something with the money. And it's like, well, when I see the money, then I'll come. And I know that in general, that means they won't come. Why? Because they didn't say, I'm coming. I don't know how. I don't need to know how. They said, when I see the money, I'll come. But they didn't say, I have the money. They didn't get into the present moment where they have the money. They didn't surrender their trust that the universe would align in each moment. So when you align yourself into these coherent ways and you realize every spiritual realm is walking with you, then your life is a pilgrimage and you honor yourself, you rejuvenate yourself, you nourish yourself with time alone, with time with nature, time with spirit, walking barefoot, being positive, smiling, laughing, speaking good into the world, not pitying anyone, including yourself, transmuting everything, nourish and take care of yourself. Of course, we all need love and lots of hugs, but not love because poor you, love because, wow, I love you, you're amazing, you're magnificent, you're free. Be free. Be one of the people who is free. Not I'm working for freedom. I'm fighting for freedom. Well, stop fighting for freedom because freedom is already here. It doesn't need you to fight for it. You don't need to fight people. You don't need to fight the government. You need to go inside and say no more. I'm not recreating on a karmic wheel more pain, more fear, more war. I'm letting it die on the vine by withdrawing my passion and then putting my passion over here. So this was a day in Itzamal, and this morning was the morning after the private pilgrimage ended. So she had left the day before, and I stayed to complete I start by going these places, by doing my sacred wisdom. You must decide you're on a pilgrimage. Talk to these parts of you, whether you know them yet or not. Tell them you're ready to hear, to listen, to activate, to walk a path that's sacred. You're ready to get an intuitive hit and then spend a moment or time or let it integrate. Don't force it to mean anything right away. So when this happens is I often go to where I can see the sunrise over the city. And I did, but I didn't, spirit, this was just for me, but after, this was me to complete my path as the guide, like you, whatever you do, is to create myself as a clear and open channel for the highest good of all concerned, which is me and then her, or me and then the retreat, or then me and Chris, or me and my family. Okay, right? Me always. So I go to prepare myself. I go to connect. I go to talk to the land to guide us, protect us everywhere we go, known and unknown if we do something new. I ask for the guardians of each place. I ask for connection to her heart, to her higher self, to her purpose. I am becoming the central channel, right? So for you, if you want to go on this, if you say, I'm ready to live my life this way or give myself a little pilgrimage, you are all of those things. You're both you, the little child within you that wants to be free to play and be joyful again. You, the adult you that wants to feel supported and loved and not guilty if people help you or you know, whatever, you get paid or don't get paid or whatever, right? So this is the embodiment, and then you walk your path in wisdom and wonder and in joy and knowing, well, that's interesting. I didn't expect that. Instead of that's terrible. Oh my gosh, what happened? I wonder what magnificent, even better thing is behind that. So I very much, it's very important for me to see the morning sunrise because the medicine that comes through the sun, and you can see the beauty of this, unedited. This is the square. And so what I did was I was somewhere else in the dark, and it started, the whole sky got this bright, juicy orange, right? For like a half hour. If you do this, you know, like a half hour before the sunrise, the medicine from the sunrise, right? It's getting lighter. And then if you can see the horizon, there's different versions of colors and magnetic fields. And it's very powerful medicine. You can breathe it in through your eyes. You can bring it in. You can consciously talk to it to come down. It can be a being like Kukulkan. It can be a gold ray, a fountain, right? It can be. So we're going into Imbolc, which is Brigid. She's the Celtic, most well-known Celtic goddess of water, still waters, like deep well waters or cenote waters, and fire. She's a triple goddess. That means she embodies all the aspects of self, not necessarily maiden, mother, sage, but that is in there in some way. It's more three me's right now, you meeting in unity. So I've been walking this path with her, serving her greater good, but getting my own awakening, of course. And now I have a chance to receive that energy. I received the medicine from the sunrise, and then I was told unequivocally, you're done here, move. So I sat in a few different places in a park where at some point the sun will show up, and until I felt like no. So I eat the dew off of the it's all a thing, because Itzamna was the father from Atlantis that started this place, that built the temples based on Atlantis. We're going to be going there in March, right here. So I started to walk from the park, and I walked to the square, and there's a store over there. I went over to the store, I got a coffee, and I came over and thought, oh, I'm going to sit on this bench here, and I'm going to meditate with the pyramid that's under the convent right here. Well, then behind me right now is a pyramid. So first I thought I'd sit in that bench you see in front of me looking at the pyramid. And I stood up and turned around, and I saw the sun was rising right where you're seeing it now. This to me is magic. This is the physics, the laws of the universe synchronizing without me planning. Where's the sun? Where could I see the sun? I didn't get to see the sun. How am I going to see the sun in the morning? I didn't think any of it. I just walked. I walked my path. I'm on my pilgrimage. I know that the medicine that is optimal for me is here. I'm ready for the integration of everything that happened to me, and I don't need to know when, where, or how. So I turned around, and I had this pyramid at my back, and the sun's coming up here. This is a pyramid right next to me. There's a pyramid behind that building and the one that I was at over here. And you can see what happened. I just take pictures. I don't see even the camera when this is happening. You can see all of the light energy that is not just coming from the sun, the golden spiritual sunlight. You can see the different little beings, how the light is across, how it's a star. And there's halos, and within halos, look over here. Now you have, people can say, oh, that's just the whatever. Sure, whatever you want. Look now all the way around in the trees, all the colors, red, green, not the rainbow, red, green, red, green. Okay. This is a projection of this little thing a lot of people get. Look at the rays coming down. These are intelligent, conscious beings, and they're always there, but we don't see them, we don't know them. And so on my retreats, on my pilgrimages, I take pictures as much as possible, mostly for this reason, because afterwards we go back and go, oh my gosh, look what was happening, even though we could feel it. So you're getting this infusion right now. Enjoy it. Another thing that I loved was at one point, as it rose, it came right through that one little opening, which is very similar to going to a Mayan temple on the equinox, where it rises through a portal, a certain doorway. It changes the energy that you get. So this was, I told you I was somewhere where I could see the before the sun. There it is. And this is something that came to me. So when you go on your pilgrimage, you start to get communication from all forms of tools. The goddess will be speaking to you. The divine will be speaking with you, will be guiding you to get the tools you need to go on your pilgrimage. I do this work all the time, so you probably see I have lots of crystals, and I do a lot of burning. We have a lot of burning bowls, a lot of different sage and copal, of course, and palo santo, but I buy herbs, I dry herbs, I wrap different smudge mixes. Like I said, we did other fire ceremonies where we can burn all kinds of things, candles, chocolate, sugar, and wheat, and all kinds of other things for different medicine. And I was getting ready for this trip, and I left a few days early to do my own pilgrimage on the way there. Went to 2 different pyramids, climbed them, did different things. And I was in town, was going to meet Chris at a cafe. I walked in the door of the mall, and this is an area where they have a little market where they let people with crystals and kind of more spiritual stuff set up little booths. And I wasn't looking for anything. I'm just walking very quickly. And this thing here, and many other things that this man had at his booth was just there, and it just went whoa, and it drew me, it grabbed me. So you might be feeling the medicine. The reason I took this picture was this is a living tool that came to me. It's 3D printed, so it's plastic. It's a little bit heavy, but I carried it everywhere. I did healings with it on the heart and the solar plexus, both for me and for her. It speaks to me. It sits next to my bed. What is it? It's the Mayan day sign calendar on the outer rim. Those are the sacred calendar signs of what, like if you do a Mayan birth reading with me, you would be one of those. And the next ring is the Mayan numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 13 sacred numbers. And the center, this symbol in the center is called the Hunab Ku, which is their word for all, what we might call God, but there's no dogma. They don't believe in God and they don't believe in gods. They believe in oneness. Hunab Ku, all is one. And each thing is an expert. You might be the Lord of the Wind. Doesn't mean that you own me. It means you're the expert of the wind. Okay, the god, or we would call it the god of the wind. They don't really call it that. Hunab Ku, as you can tell, is a little bit like a yin yang, but with many more dimensions. So it's got the gateways, the realities, the spiral, the black and white, the balance of the shadow and the above, the light. This came to me as I was getting ready to do this pilgrimage. I've got rattles and tools and everything you can think of. I have things like this, not this, but things like this printed. I'm trying to see if I have any to show you. Well, like that are laminated a little bit. This is one of the prosperity magic oracle cards. Abundancia, she's the goddess of expansion, and she's got the flower of life, and this is all encoded. So I might take this and lay it on you, or we might sit on it, or we might put it in a room. So we do a lot of frequency medicine, but this is what's so powerful. Her vision and me coming together, your vision and your vision and whoever you do a pilgrimage with. This is invitation to spirit to show you more wisdom, more tools, more things maybe you know about. Oh, I'm suddenly more interested in learning about the Ogham, the ancient Celtic tree oracle, and you get an Ogham and you work with it for a month, or you learn ruins, or you come to the oracle thing and you awaken new ways to use your oracle skills with any tool. It's not just with my deck. All right. So you pay attention to the things that show up, because I didn't need any more tools, and I ended up finding incredible things. I'll share more of them. Incredible things. This guy's business was called, in Spanish, Sacred Art and Sacred Geometry. And amazing. We turned out to be ancient friends. We're hugging. We've exchanged our phone numbers. I bought different things. I'm having him make some things for some of my clients. So this is the kind of thing that happens when you make a commitment to being in your sacred feminine powers. You get more and more chance to trust what's happening, trust that it's for the greatest good. If it looks like it's falling apart, and say, this must be going to be turning into something great. Laugh, smile, be in your best possible thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know this is all going to work out. I don't need to know how. I'm not going to believe the illusion. This is what we call magic. Magic is just physics, but it's understanding that physics, laws of the universe, operate differently at different levels. So when you go on a pilgrimage, you're going to access higher powers. You're going to speak with the land and with spirits. This is one of the pyramids we went to. This was in the town I was showing you. So I had a day and a half to be in this town with her, and I had to listen to spirit. Where do I take her? There's many places we could go. There's different things we could do at each pyramid or each location and so on. So I listened, and first they said, go to the heart. This is the pyramid where there's a lot of other reasons, but this is the heart. So I said, okay. So we're walking through the town, and she's getting to see the convent all the way around. And this is a very important, there's a Mary Magdalene there, Black Madonna there. And so that energy was part of our thing too. And you will find these energies all over, different cultures blended together beautifully. So the sacred feminine unfolding of our true inner mastery and essence was the purpose. And so we downloaded the things as we were walking by the one thing, and then we arrived here. And I took her along a pathway and we came around, and you couldn't tell that after about one or two houses, as you walk down this road, suddenly this pyramid was going to be there. And she said, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I said, yes. And she said, I feel something. I said, yes. She's my heart is spinning and pounding. And that's just the beginning. And I didn't say anything. And we walked a few more feet, and suddenly she sees, and she's, oh my gosh, I knew you were there. I knew you were there. I knew you were there. Oh my God, I could feel you. I could feel you. I could feel you. This is the thing. These are alive. They're not only alive with every single priest ceremony that's ever been done there happening simultaneously, depending on which one you want to tune into. With me, it's always the love, the light, the power that will bring you the medicine of wholeness, realignment with your truth, and healing of all past lineages, right? Also, though, they're alive. They speak to me. I'll be like, my beloved, my beloved. Oh my gosh, I get close to one or two pyramids, and it's like I'm near my love of my lifetimes. It's just, I cannot, my heart overflows. You feel different at each place. There's a different wisdom in each place. It's going to be true anywhere you go. Any natural stream, tree, grove, temple, church, park, okay? So listen, don't do, oh, I'm supposed to do it this way, or someone told me to do it. No, listen. Okay, speak and let your path light up for you. So on a pilgrimage, you must surrender, you must be committed, and you must listen. You must honor what happens and not judge any of it, because everything is for you. Because when you make a commitment, the universe makes a commitment to you. So we had many experiences. This is the second pyramid. We came up the first one. We went through the trees. We just had incredible experiences. This is another glimpse of this pyramid. The magic, the alush, the nature spirits, the wisdom trees, these different places that we went, some of them I would ask her to find her place. Some of them I would say, okay, we're sitting here. We were guided here. I had a vision here. So these are just some examples to you. This is up a very large pyramid. This is the most important or well-known pyramid, and it was the last one we went to. Whereas my mind would have probably taken us here first. No, she very clearly had to go to the one with the heart. And then it was such a powerful experience that we then went and had a break. We had a nice lunch. And then we went to two more. One was just to collect some codes. So sometimes you might go to a site on your pilgrimage and you don't stay there more than 10 minutes. That's all you needed to collect the codes, to see it, to feel it, to let something go, to receive something, and you don't always know what it is. So you trust the DNA, you trust the energies, the stones, the land, and your intuition, and you stay in that peaceful path that's always lighting up for you. All right. And then, of course, needless to say, it was such a profound experience. We connected with trees. This is a grandmother tree of life, and you can see why we always, with all my retreats, go, this is a different site where we experienced the ancient jaguar medicine. This is the crescent moon rising. I went to talk with the pyramid and sit on the benches around one of the pyramids the first night we got there. This is a tree of life, a mother tree of life, and you can see that big eye. And there's so much life to this mother tree. There's so many eyes on her. There's movement here. You look at her different ways. So we communicate with the trees and the nature, or the stones, or the pyramid, or the field, or the flowers. All right, this is the back of the convent. You can tell that it was a pyramid, and they took the stones and made the things and made it a fortress, of course, because they're in. So all of the things that happen are a combination. As you go, I want to encourage you, when you go on a pilgrimage, to be open for it to unfold, even if you had a plan. Oh, I have to leave now, but I'm having a fabulous time. I'm having the best spiritual experience of my life, but now I've got to move on to the next thing. No, you don't. You listen in the moment, because the magic that opens in this moment is the only moment that you actually will hear and see every possibility you have, because The moment you reach after one day on your pilgrimage or 1 hour, you're a different person. You couldn't have known an hour ago, a day ago, or 3 days ago. You have to be in the next now moment as who you are now. And you don't fully know who you are now. You're in a process of metamorphosis. It's such a beautiful thing. And we have to go back to the sacred places. We have to go back to our soul lineages. Perhaps it's your family body lineage. Mostly it's going to be your spiritual lineages. And I wanted to share this because this is at a sacred site. We were headed towards, the first vision I got at this sacred site was I knew I was going to be taking her to this area. It's called the area of the women. They're the most carved stelae markers of any other area they found in this enormous sacred ancient Mayan site. And it's called the area of the mujeres, the women. And they're all carvings of what they call women rulers. The first one you encounter was the ruler, priestess ruler, for 40 years. So you talk about sacred feminine. You could go anywhere. You could go to a very masculine site that feels very strong and has more of that if you need strength inside of your sacred feminine. But because they work together, there's going to be a call. And what happened is we had been to another temple where past life came up. We went into a vortex where energy started to stir, all these light body transformations. Many things had happened by this point. And now we got here and I'm just having her walk on her pilgrimage in her path, being present, listening to the trees, listening to the spirits. And I'm taking pictures. Look at all the colors around that starburst. Look at how she looks like she is in a different dimension. That field comes down to just below her knees, and you can actually see we went into this area. It is a different dimension, and many things happen because of the work we're doing. Here you can see more of the colors. This is when we first entered the site. I've spoken to the land and the Alush, and I've asked it to welcome us. So we stop and we listen. I don't run off like, I know we're supposed to go over here. We listen in the moment. Do this on your pilgrimage. This is what a pilgrimage is versus a tour. This is inner reflection time. Time to listen to the moment, to your body, to your memories. If it's grief, fine. So look at the light again. Like I showed you earlier, to me, the rising sunlight is important. So what happened? They don't open early enough for us to be in there at sunrise, but we will be at a point where the horizon is aligned. And so we enter. There's no one else there. This is how the universe will work for you. The magic will align. You speak to the land of Mother Earth, to Ishal, Ishmukane, and watch what happens. You see how that was going like directly into her third eye. This is one of the tunnels that we went through to begin the journey here. Often we use them at the end to complete, similar to a rebirthing. This is a temple where massive things happened, and everyone I've ever taken here has past life memories of being at this school with us, learning mysteries. We put a little altar here. These things happen spontaneously. So half of these are hers and half of these are mine. And we both, without speaking, because this is who we are, we always carry little tiny pouches, medicine pouches of various things to put as an altar. So she pulled hers out and started putting them on this temple, and then I did as well. I want to encourage you to have something like this. To walk in your sacred feminine means you need your tools. You need your support. Mine always includes rose quartz, malachite. Okay, rose quartz for love and obvious things, malachite for renewal, prosperity, growth, okay, deep emerald green, and citrine, which is the embodiment of the sun, of the gold ray. It never lowers its frequency. It is wealth, it is clarity, and it never lowers its frequency. That means if I have it on me, I never lower my frequency. Do you understand how you can carry these tools without making a scene, without telling anyone you have them on you, without even anything, right? Then you can see that I have other things that are simple tiny representations of energy. There's an earring of the flower of life. There's a labradorite pendant. There's a Chinese gold coin. There's a tiny little plastic pyramid, which is the perfect 9-step pyramid that represents all these different other sacred energies, as well as the cross you see from above, and that has its own significance. There's a snake ring, there's a jaguar, there's a shell that is a sacred spiral and a Fibonacci. There's obsidian, of course. There's a cacao seed for the heart. The turtle is my Mayan totem. Ishel, the picture on the little leather thing there, is the earth mother goddess, as well as my house, as well as my cat, the flower of life. Okay, so, and then you see hers over here. She's got a variety of things as well. Whatever it is, I would go create one of these right away, and they can change. I have several. Some of them will appear, hi sweetie, for you in different times, and some of them will want to come. And before I went on this one, I emptied my regular one out, a couple of them, and I asked who wanted to come with. Okay, so then of course I'm receiving this light and energy both for me and for her. So if you are together, perhaps you're taking your daughter with you on your pilgrimage, and you want to align for her and then for you as well. Don't ever put yourself aside. So you can just see, I wanted to share some of these beautiful light energies that we were bathed with. We were gifted as we entered, as the ancients guided us. You can see the spheres and the colors and some of the beings here. And that's that. So yes, come in March and come to the Oracle Workshop as well. And yes, so I wanted to briefly share with you. I'm going to talk more about it in a day, but we have a new audio that is the Phoenix Alchemy Atlantean activation. It's on sale in the shop, and it will come out in a couple of days. Editing it right now. And we're going to have a workshop, a live Phoenix Alchemy Sacred Feminine Atlantean Awakening as well. Like I said, we'll be sharing some more about that. In the meantime, I want you to remember that every moment is full of doorways. It's full of magic. It's full of that light, whether you can see that light coming through or not. It's full of your wisdom from your past, your future. It's full of ancient memories that are holding you back or are ready to rise to the surface to help you remember that you are the light. The pilgrimage is remembering you're here on a sacred mission, that you are so important. You are blessed, you are adored, you are amazing, and you are the love of all time. There is no other time but right now. Time is a structure of light that we created to dance inside of, but there is no limit because you can travel time and space, and it's all inside of you. So embody the love. Let the universe adore you. Let the spirit guides, the animals, the birds that show up. I mean, the frequencies that happen, some of the videos, some of the people we met. It was on her birthday in the middle of the jungle, and we met another lady who was also having her birthday in the middle of the jungle. And then my client said, I seriously want to know, what are the odds of this happening? I mean, this is ridiculous. Out of everything in the world, we came from 2 other countries. We're sitting here in the jungle and it's our birthday. And how is that possible? I really, 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 she said, I want to know. This is how fast you can manifest now. I kid you not. There's no one else there except for her, I, this lady, and a man standing over there. And he looks up when she says that and said, I'm a mathematician. I work at the math lab. I can figure that out for you. What? How did you show up here now? How did you do this? Okay. You will have these encounters on your pilgrimage. You will have this in your everyday life. You can stand in the grocery store and have magic and miracles happening all around you. How do you know where your answer is? You don't. You don't wait for the how to know. You don't wait for the sign. You believe it, you be it, you embody it, and you live your pilgrimage. So thank you for spending a little fun time with me and sharing a few of our magic energies. It is so profound, the transformation that we can have in 1 second, in 1 minute, in 1 week. And if you're interested in anything, please reach out. Let me know how I can support you, what you can see, and stay tuned. I want to share more about the Atlantean and the Phoenix because we're talking about that fire, right? We're going into the year of the fire. So on Friday at noon, we're going to have the live stream, the spiritual weather report about the full moon eclipse, which isn't until Sunday, because I want you to have it for a few days beforehand. And we're going to discuss more about why this is the year of the Phoenix and how to use the fire energy from a wisdom perspective, from a priestess perspective, from a mastery, from a co-creator, not fear of fire, not any aspect of that except that it's pure and here to help us reignite our true passion so we're free to do whatever we want, create whatever we want, be joyful, be happy, love your life, be in that place of bliss despite what's around you. That does not get to tell you who you are, what your mood is, and what you get to expect, and if you could be happy. Do not let the news tell you how, if you're allowed to be happy, your mother, your husband, your children, your best friend, your boss, nothing outside of you gets to tell you. And the more you are happy in this moment, regardless of circumstances, then you own your power. Then you relax into the eternal moment. Now you are on the path of your sacred pilgrimage so that you are awakening step by step in the optimal way for the light that you are, to realize in this moment, I can create a safe environment. I can put roots down into myself. I can trust myself. I can break out of my shell. It is safe for me to reach, safe for me to sprout, safe for me to grow. And then flowers and fruits will be birthed from your words, and we will all live in a peaceful, harmonious, and blissful world. Thank you for co-creating this. We give great thanks to all these energies, to this sacred moment, to this beautiful temple of light, to our hearts coming together in union, spreading this beauty across the planet. Breathe in. Receive all the nourishment of this wisdom that we have today, releasing all that no longer serves us and receiving all that is here to prosper us, support us, love us, adore us, bless us, and lift us up. And so it is done. In Lakach Alakin, we are one. Namaste. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Let me know how we can play together, and stay tuned because I do have more sacred classes that are about to be birthed, and they're finally letting me understand how they're going to come out. So we will be having a class. Here's Ishel in February. Hi, Boo. Are you saying hi? Are you bringing your beautiful? This is Ishel, the earth goddess, and she wants to go eat, don't you? She's been in here with us. And in March, we have the retreat. And then in the rest of March, we're going to be doing some very deep, beautiful magic with the energies of the equinox, whether you come or not, and reclaiming your words, your power of your words, the power of your vision, the power of fire, and the power of the sacred mirror, because we are the center of our reality, and you get to be the beauty that you came here to be. I love you, I trust you, and I see your magnificence. Thank you for walking in grace and peace and harmony and joy. Namaste. Ciao. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that I just think they kept kind of saying there's something else. If you go look in the shop, also I have, we've just put my private sessions on sale. So there's packages and different ways of working with me that you have that opportunity. And it's a really great time as we begin this and end things. And as you explode into the world, it's a wonderful time to do that. And also remember the Mayan birth destiny chart readings. They're not like anyone else's, and they're really fun, really amazing. And you're going to tap into who you are, and powers and patterns and symbols and understandings about yourself that you may never ever have known were true about you, and now they're right here for you. So okay, thanks everybody. Namaste. Hi, Boo.